Okay, in this series of videos, we're going to actually have a little bit more fun. We're going to be focusing on the Modify panel, although we've already used some tools in there while we were exploring the Draw panel. But we're going to go through, each of those tools in great detail. And as we do it, we're going to be drawing stuff. We're going to start with drawing a small cabin, a little 2-room cabin with a kitchen and a living room type of thing, and a bathroom, of course. And I've already set up a new document, and basically this new document, I just created a new one and named it PF2 for practice file 2. Then my last name, the year, and then my class, which I'm not really in a class, so I just put T. Anyway, so we're going to use some of these tools. The first tool we're going to use is Move. And also too, when you set up your document, make sure you go here and go to Drawing Utilities, go to Units, click, change it to Architectural. Okay, you might want to pause the video here while you do that. Carrying on, I'm also going to set my drawing at a 1/4 inch scale. So I go to the bottom here and I click on the little pull down arrow and just select 1/4 inch scale. You can pause your video here also and go and do that. All right, now if we're going to use the Move tool, we have to have something to move. We don't have anything on the screen yet. So I'm going to start with a rectangle, and this will be like the exterior wall of our small cabin. I'm just going to specify a point by clicking. I'm not going to use any special coordinates or anything like that. And I want this little cabin to be 30 feet wide, so my X axis value is going to be 30 feet. And then I tab to go over to the Y axis value. It's going to be 20 feet. So I'm going to have a 20 by 30 cabin. All right, and maybe I want to get it a little bit closer down here so I can work with it. So I'm going to click on the Move button, the Move tool, and it tells me to select the object. So now it's not going to, if you hover, it's not going to do anything in this particular mode. Okay, so you just find the object, click on it, and it turns blue. All right, and then to accept that selection, you push the Enter button. All right, now here it's asking you to specify a base point. You can dynamically put in measurements for where you want that base point to be. But I find it most, the easiest just to find, like one of the object snap locations, like right here on the side or down here on a corner or something like that. So I'm going to choose the corner and left click on it. And after I left click on it, I can drag it wherever I want to. Now, right now, I do have my ortho on. I'm going to turn my ortho off real quick so I can have full freedom of movement. I'm just going to kind of drag it down here a little closer to the XY axis, the little 0, 0 coordinate area. And now, because, let's do this. Now, that's my external walls. I need some internal walls. So I'm going to use Offset, which you have already used before. You should be very used to that. I'm going to click on it. First, I'm going to type in my measurements. Now, this particular cabin, it's going to be real basic. I want to think about the thickness of my walls and what have you, but I'm going to go with something very basic. And I'm just going to say 6 inches for the exterior walls. So 6 inches, and I believe that said foot. Okay, inches. And then click Enter. Click on the wall, the external wall, and drag it inwards. I drag it inwards because I want to maintain that 30 foot wide by 20 foot deep dimension. So I will drag the interior walls, to the inside. And then once you drag them in here, just click. And then there are your walls. Then of course from here, you're going to add some internal walls. So let's go through that. Put a couple of walls in here real quick, and then I will I'll cut the video and we'll make another one. I don't want to make the videos too long because you might fall asleep. But anyway, I want to put some bedrooms over here. I want those bedrooms to be 10 feet from this wall right here, from the inside of this wall. 10 feet. So to place that wall, all I really do is go to offset again, click on offset, and specify a distance. I want my rooms to be 10 feet wide, so I'll click 10 feet, enter, click, and then and I just realized something as well. I have to explode this internal wall because right now it is a single entity, and if I offset, it's going to offset the whole thing all the way around. Okay, so I'll skip to that part. So to explode something, it's real easy. You click on it, you highlight it, there's a little button right here called explode, and when you click on that, it turns each one of those lines into their own separate entity. So now I have each line is separate. So now I can work with it a little bit more in detail. Go to my offset, come in here, and okay, my distance, I had already typed it in, 10 feet. I'm going to accept that, click on the wall, and bring it over here. Okay, now that wall should have a thickness also. It is an internal wall. My internal walls are going to be 4 inches. So I am going to, let's see, there's a way to change the size without actually starting over. No, that's not it. Oh no, that was it. Okay, well anyway, I got out of it. So offset again, set my distance to 4 inches, and let's see, inches, enter, click on that, drag it to the right, drag it to the right because I want to maintain that 10-foot distance inside those rooms. And there's a exterior walls with some interior. Okay, now stay tuned for the next video, and I'm going to further define those rooms and then kind of maybe add the bathroom and things like that. All right, we'll see you then.